Thank you everybody for joining our webinar today, which is SOLIDWORKS Education, our back to school for this coming school year. And in today's presentation, we're really excited to introduce our new 3D Experience platform portfolio for schools and students. And that's our online platform allowing you to collaborate seamlessly with your students and students with each other, anywhere, any device, at any time. So that's going to be the majority of our webinar today. Here's a brief overview of what we'll cover. We'll talk about our offers for SOLIDWORKS Desktop. The majority of the presentation, like I mentioned, will be about our 3D Experience platform. We'll have information for certifications in My SOLIDWORKS, as well as student sponsorship and challenges and how you can sign up. And then we'll end with a presentation on the SOLIDWORKS User Group Network. So for our first topic, what's included with our SOLIDWORKS Desktop? Well, that's everything that our SOLIDWORKS Desktop portfolio includes. So that's beyond SOLIDWORKS Premium. You have simulation, flow, plastics, electrical, CAM, compose or visualize, and you also have access to My SOLIDWORKS for all of our online videos and tutorials. Now, we have two different editions for SOLIDWORKS Desktop for schools and students. One is a SOLIDWORKS Education Edition, the other one is our SOLIDWORKS Student Edition. And to learn more about what's included inside each of those, as you see in the upper right of your screen, that's my little handout icon. So anytime throughout the presentation that little icon pops up, note that there's a matching handout that is posted and included within the GoToWebinar window. So for this one, you can go ahead and download the SOLIDWORKS EDU matrix, and then that one you'll understand what's included with each of our offers for schools and students for our SOLIDWORKS Desktop portfolio. And to also complement our new offers, we have a new website for the school year. You can go to solidworks.com/edu launch, and there you'll find helpful information about our SOLIDWORKS Desktop portfolio for schools and students, and also information about our new 3D Experience platform offerings for schools and students. So a lot of what I'll cover today is nicely summarized on that new website. Okay, so let's dive on into our new 3D Experience platform. And in a single sentence, it is a suite of apps and tools for schools, educators, and their students to collaborate seamlessly from anywhere. You'll hear the words collaborate quite often throughout this webinar. Now, why are we doing this? Why are we offering the 3D Experience platform? Well, as we talk to schools and students, especially over the last few years, we found out that teaching has evolved. That's the way teachers communicate to their students have changed. The way students want to learn has changed, especially with the introduction of mobile and touch devices. Students want to be able to collaborate anywhere on any device that they have at any time. And also with the current global circumstance, remote learning and also virtual classrooms is really important. And that has forced schools to rethink curriculum and how they teach their students. And so that's where our 3D Experience platform can really help. So in a general summary here, this is a pretty good slide helping you understand what the platform is at a very basic level. So we've got 3D CAD at the core, right? That's what we're built upon, 3D CAD. And each of these pillars, if you will, are all connected together with each other with the CAD data on the platform. So within our single 3D Experience platform, you have team messaging and tools for communication. So that's going to be very similar to like your Slack and Skype. You have collaborative project and task management, very similar to like Microsoft Teams or Trello. You have integrated online cloud storage, which is connected to all of your data and all of the members and students. That's going to be similar to like Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive. And all of this is wrapped up in a real-time collaboration setting with news feeds inspired by social media. So you've got your likes, your notifications, and so on. So it's really cool that every aspect of collaboration and 3D CAD is all connected together, wrapped up in the same user interface. So you don't have to jump from application to application, tool to tool. It's one user interface, one platform. So what are the main values of our 3D Experience platform? Well, it's a single place for educators and students to come together for improved innovation and for more innovation and improved collaboration. It really does speed up the design cycles, your team projects, because you have this real-time collaboration all in one place. It provides apps to design, refine, organize, manage, and collaborate on content in real time. That's the big key. You've got real-time notifications. I have some videos later on in the webinar to show you this happening live, but it's beyond just 3D design, right? And that's the main value of the platform. And because it's cloud-based, you can innovate, collaborate, and create those great designs anytime, anywhere from any device, wherever inspiration hits. And that's including Macs and tablets. So you're no longer tied to your PC lab in your desk at your school or something. You can now bring any device, Chromebooks as well, and our cloud-based 3D Experience platform will work just fine. And because it's all in the cloud, there's zero installation and no extra IT efforts, which is a huge benefit for schools and educators. You don't have to figure out what version you're on, have an IT person working to update all the machines. It all happens simultaneously because it's a cloud-based product. So there's no extra IT efforts. And what the platform allows is, especially in today's global crisis, it ensures a continuity of learning throughout this global crisis. And that's something that's really important, especially as the schools are closed and students are scattered all over, but they still need a place to collaborate and connect and work on projects together, and that's what the platform provides. So let's talk about our 3D Experience EDU packages. What do our offers look like? So everything that we offer is built upon the backbone of the platform. And this is your collaborative business and industry innovator. That's what it's called. And then we have 3 offers you can purchase on top of that. We have Project Collaborator. The next one up is 3D Designer. And then our largest pack is 3D Experience Engineer. And I'll dive into each of those throughout the webinar. But let's just focus right now on that backbone of the platform. This is your collaboration and your communication tools where it's infinitely customizable. So it's the core of the 3D Experience platform. All the other offers that you just saw stacked on top of this require this collaborative business and industry innovator role. And it connects educators with their students and students together. You have apps to collaborate, organize, review, improve communication, which speeds up the design process, cloud storage, and so much more. So embedded in this, you have apps for real-time collaboration. You have 3D dashboards that are infinitely customizable. Those social media inspired communities where you can, teachers can post questions or assignment due dates and students can respond and ask any questions. So all of that is wrapped up in this core of the platform. So you're going to hear me talk about some of these building blocks of the 3D Experience platform today. So it's best to help you define these from the beginning. So what's a role? A role is a collection of apps to complete your tasks faster and with more precision. And then an app is an individualized task or tool that's required for you to successfully complete your job. And then the next level are dashboards. And a dashboard is a simple view of several sources of information. You can choose what they are, with direct access to all your important content. And it's infinitely customizable. So let's take a look at these dashboards in action. A teacher can create a dashboard per class. They can add a course syllabus, embed important websites or references. An educator can create their own private dashboard just for them to help manage their class and stay on top of tasks. They can then create a dashboard per class, like I mentioned, and send that as a default dashboard to all of their students. So all of the tools and everything are right at their fingertips. Students can then create their own dashboards if they want to customize their learning experience and their platform. So you can see the tabs organized at the top there. Cloud storage, curriculum, project tracking. You've got your embedded 3D CAD and Cloud CAD right there with XDesign, with your cloud storage right next to it. So that's what a dashboard is, infinitely customizable. Drag over those widgets to create your own a view of the platform. Next up are the 3D swim communities. This is a one-stop shop for real-time collaboration. Again, this is included all with that core, that backbone of the platform. This is where you can post your latest design for feedback from your teacher or team members. Teachers can post class announcements, reminders about homework, due date. This ideas pipeline is really cool because as a student team or something, you can come together and post ideas of inspiration or the next design revision, and then you can vote on those ideas to see which ones you want to take to the next level of engineering. You can also post surveys and get responses from your students. All that's included in the 3D swim communities, all real-time collaboration right at your fingertips. So the cloud storage, real-time collaboration, all that is included with Collaborative Business and Industry Innovator. And then let's dive into 3D Designer first. This is our next-gen browser-based CAD modeling tool, all in the platform, all in the cloud, preparing our engineers of tomorrow. So this is for teachers that want to teach on Chromebooks, Macs, and tablets, all in the cloud, zero installation, no extra IT efforts, so it works on any device. And this 3D Designer offer really does help to provide the flexibility that a teacher needs to provide those virtual classroom environments. And you'll see that little handout icon. So there is a data sheet for 3D Designer included in the GoToWebinar window. So feel free to download that and read it at your leisure. So one of the core apps inside of 3D Designer is XDesign. This is our SOLIDWORKS app, which is all in the cloud, 100% browser-based designing, where you've got parametric modeling, all in the browser. We've done a lot of enhancements to sketching to make, changing your sketches, the radius, the fillets, all that stuff much, much faster. Trimming sketches, as you're seeing right there in the video, is making it super easy. And then included inside of XDesign are advanced features like design guidance powered by artificial intelligence. So here for this brace, this bracket, I have created my overall shape. I added some load constraints to it, and now I'm letting artificial intelligence take over and say what the strongest shape will be given the constraints and shape that you've made. And then you can take this blue reference geometry and build from it for the next revision of this bracket, making it lighter and stronger at the same time. So that's the power of tapping into the platform with these advanced features. Next up, included in 3D Designer is XShape. And this is, again, a cloud-based modeling tool. But this one's super easy to create those really complex and organic shapes. As you see there, it's just as simple as selecting those control points or curves and pushing and pulling them and moving them around. It would take you a lot longer to try to create something like this in a typical parametric modeling tool, which is why we wanted to have this very easy free-form app called XShape. And I said everything's included, everything's embedded together. And as you saw there, you could see so the user was taking a screenshot and posting it to their 3D swim community to get either feedback from their teammate or post the final version of their homework assignment so their teacher can see it. So all of this is connected. No more taking a screenshot. Okay, where did I save that screenshot? Okay, now I got to write an email and upload, or to add the attachment, send the email. All of that is a disconnected system. So that's the power of the platform, everything connected in one place. Also included with 3D Designer is a cloud-based reviewing tool which is called 3D Play, where you can easily review 3D models and assemblies. You can add comments and call out, circles, annotations. Great way for teachers to even grade assignments. You saw the screen flash right there. That's again taking a screenshot, posting whatever you've written here right to the community for direct feedback from the team. So everything's all connected right together. And you might be saying, Brian, this all sounds great, but I've got a bunch of SOLIDWORKS files and existing curriculum that I want to reuse. Don't worry, all of that can be reused just fine using the SOLIDWORKS connector, taking your existing SOLIDWORKS files, parts, assemblies, what have you, your curriculum, and bringing it all to the connected platform. And then you can expand your skills beyond just 3D modeling with the platform because of the included lifecycle management that comes with the platform. And that is a very key tool for students definitely upon graduation, because lifecycle management happens all the time in industry, in the real world every day. So it's really great to have those tools embedded in the platform to teach skills beyond just 3D modeling. And then once all of your existing SOLIDWORKS files are up in the platform, you can then take advantage of all those added benefits, like lifecycle management, or the design guidance from XDesign, or even just pushing and pulling the creating an organic shape in XShape. So here's this platform connector, or the SOLIDWORKS connector as we call it. You'll see we're starting in SOLIDWORKS Desktop, and I'm uploading an assembly to the platform. And now switching over to the platform, I'm going to my cloud storage where I just uploaded that assembly, selecting it and opening it up in XShape, for example, because I want to take advantage of the very easy to use push and pull system that XShape has. I selected a basic shape, basic blob. I'm pushing and pulling, creating that organic shape, getting that curvature just right. Very easy to do. I can even create a secondary shape to maybe subtract from the overall shape. And because it's on the platform, everything's connected together. It's very easy to switch between XShape and XDesign. And here I'm able to subtract that shape from the overall part, add my fillets, extrudes, shell the component, whatever I need to do. And then once I'm happy with it, again, it's much easier to create this in the platform very quickly. I can go back to SOLIDWORKS Desktop, have the 3D Experience platform add-in, and just drag over that new part that I created, and it snaps right into place on top of my existing assembly. Extremely easy to use. Everything's all connected. One of my favorite tools that's also included in 3D Designer is Project Planner. This is an amazing app for student teams to stay focused and meet their deadlines, or for teachers to assign projects and then add students to them and add a specific task to each student. So it's a great way for teams to collaborate, or even students just to stay on top of their projects. It keeps everything running smoothly, and you hit your deliverables and milestones on time. So how does this work? We can easily create a project, add our members or add your students to it, create major milestones like the due dates of the project or the due date of the presentation. You can add a bunch of tasks to help support that overall project, reorganize, move them around, create dependencies, saying this one needs to finish first before you can start the next one, adding a bunch of details in this easy to use, easy to view Gantt chart that you're seeing here. And what's also nice is that, again, it's all connected together. So right here inside Project Planner, you can create, you can link a 3D space, which is your cloud storage. So anything that is saved in this project by default is already saved in your cloud storage. So everything's all together right there, no more missing files. You can drag projects from to do to in progress to done to let either your teacher know you finished, or let your student, the other student on your student team know what you're working on and when it's finished. And this overall view gives a great summary of how many tasks you've completed, what's left to do, which ones are at risk based off of the due dates, and so on. But again, it's all connected together, people with their data and people together. So going back to our overall packaging slide, so that's all included inside 3D Designer. Next up is Project Collaborator. And this includes that SOLIDWORKS connector that you just saw and the project planning app. It doesn't include the XShape or XDesign, that's in 3D Designer, but this is great for schools and students that want to connect, collaborate, and plan while using their legacy SOLIDWORKS desktop tool for the designing. But this Project Collaborator allows you to bring your content to the platform, taking advantage of the real-time collaboration, the review with 3D Play and the annotations, and everything you've seen thus far. And then finally, our largest package here is called 3D Experience Engineer. This is what I like to call the best of the brands, because within Dassault Systems, we have about 12 brands that are industry leaders in their domain. And what you have here inside 3D Experience Engineer are the best of their own content and apps that they have on the platform. So this is for schools and students that want everything. You've got 3D CAD, advanced CAD with CATIA. You have all this simulation coming from Simulia, lots of CAM, manufacturing, advanced collaboration, even rendering and virtual reality, and so much more. And this includes loads more features and workflows than our SOLIDWORKS Desktop Education Edition has, especially with those advanced 3D modeling apps within CATIA and the advanced simulation within Simulia. So let's look at some of those briefly. So these are some advanced apps within CATIA, all included inside 3D Experience Engineer. You have comprehensive part design, surface design, assembly creation, drawing generation, advanced function-driven generative design tools to analyze weight reductions and optimal part performance, like you see in the upper left there. There's advanced electrical wiring and routing, and also, like I mentioned, photorealistic design reviews and even virtual reality. And then on the simulation side, coming from Simulia, you have a complete set of analysis solutions to guide design decisions and improve product performance. So advanced crash tests and structural analysis, component stress analysis, even aerodynamic simulations, and advanced fluid dynamics as well. Now you can create something, but it's great to bring it to life too. So that's great for all of the roles and apps coming from Delmia. So these are advanced machining apps to help you rapid prototype your custom parts. 2.5, 3, and 4-axis machining to help you easily define your tool paths and then bring that custom part that you created to life. So all that and more is included inside that largest pack, which is 3D Experience Engineer. Now I think this slide is pretty important to understand the overall value that the platform brings. Now if you remember, I started off towards the beginning of the webinar showing that all of these the tools are connected within the platform. So you've got your social media style messaging, cloud storage, 3D CAD, all that within the platform. But the beauty of it is it's all the same file. So for example, with one file, I can have my 3D design, topology optimization, simulation, virtual reality, rendering, CAM, and so much more throughout the design process, and it's all the same file. So I no longer have to transfer files from my 3D CAD tool, which is separate from my simulation application, which, because it's not the same platform or the same brand or tool, there's not going to be reading one-to-one very well. You might even have a different tool for CAM, for example. So no more transferring files, so all the same file. No more losing your files, trying to figure out which assembly is the newest or the latest for the class assignment or team project, because you're all working off of one file, so that's single source of truth. You don't have to pass around flash drives or anything like that anymore. And everything's connected together, so files with members and members with each other. And it's all in the exact same user interface. So once you learn one of them, you'll be a pro in everything you see here. And let's not forget, you have the integrated real-time collaboration with your 3D swim and dashboards that you saw, and also the integrated cloud storage, which links everything together. And then interwoven in between that are all of your governance tools. Like I said, the project planning, lifecycle management, review and markup, and so much more. So all of this, one file, one platform, and it makes working in 3D CAD and simulation and everything, every touch point that you see here, it makes working through all this a real breeze. So to wrap up, some of the benefits of the platform beyond SOLIDWORKS CAD. So all your files are in the cloud, and it comes with lifecycle management, which I mentioned is very important, especially as you graduate and get towards working in the industry. And that's included as part of the 3D Experience platform. There's collaboration in real time on any device. So you can use Chromebooks, tablets, even your smartphone. You have sub-D organic modeling with X-Shape. Really easy to push and pull those curves and control points to create very organic swoopy shapes. You have browser-based modeling 100% in the cloud with XDesign and X-Shape. And because we're on the platform, we can take advantage of some very new, more powerful features like design guidance, powered by artificial intelligence, and even machine learning, which really does help accelerate designing. For example, if you have a sprocket that has like 100 different teeth on it, and you need to put a fillet on each of those teeth, you only have to click once in XDesign, and then via machine learning, it'll say, oh, these also are the exact same teeth that you want to put a fillet on. So in one click, boom, it just puts a fillet on all 100 edges, and you don't have to click and sit there 100 times to make it happen. So all of that's included in the platform to accelerate your designs. Okay, so now let's talk about certifications in my SOLIDWORKS. Let's power up to level up. So why are certifications important? Well, it's very clear that having these certifications on your resume will help you land that job after high school or after college. So you can have those internships, open up those doors, get those full-time positions, and have those certifications on your resume. Speaking of which, those SOLIDWORKS certifications are the most recognized CAD certification by hiring managers, so it does carry a lot of weight. And it's a uniform measure or a level playing field for students and professionals alike, because as a student, you're taking the exact same certification that a professional in the industry takes. And there's a lot more than just our SOLIDWORKS exams. There's a bunch of different additional exams that you'll see on this next slide here. So which certifications are available to you? Well, beyond just the CSWA and CSWP exams, we have all these other ones from our SOLIDWORKS desktop suite. And very recently, newly added, we have 3D Experience certifications now available. We have 4 of those available as well. And there's our little handout icon. So we have a handout uploaded within our GoToWebinar window. So go ahead and download that to learn more about certifications, both for SOLIDWORKS Desktop and 3D Experience. So now let's talk about My SOLIDWORKS. So this is a great online tool with over 1,000 hours of free learning content for students. So loads of tutorials and videos for you to watch and become a pro in no time. We have videos on our SOLIDWORKS desktop products and also on our new 3D Experience platform tools that you just saw me present. And My SOLIDWORKS is really important because it goes hand in hand with your certification, because students can prep for those exams via simple videos, they can download projects, and really, practice before you take that CSWA or CSWP exam. So mysolidworks.com, definitely sign up. And it's free to access. So you can sign up for a free account to access basic learning content. Or if your school's purchased a SOLIDWORKS Education Edition, or if you've purchased a student edition, you'll have a serial number that you can then add to your My SOLIDWORKS sign up to unlock even more training content. So that's mysolidworks.com. Okay, so we've got some great sponsorships for student challenges and student competitions, and both for 3D Experience Platform and for SOLIDWORKS Desktop. And while we're out talking to student teams, as we have been for over almost 2 decades now, we always hear, especially in the last few years, from when we're talking to these student teams throughout the challenges, that they wish there was a single place to keep track of all their 3D files and tasks and documents and messages and team communication, because things are getting lost, especially on large assemblies, and be able to access it from any device, especially while you're on the show floor or in the pits or something for these student competitions, where you want to have all of your file and your content and everything right at your fingertips. And that is literally the power of the platform. So for 3D Experience Platform sponsorship, you can go to edu.3ds.com/challenges. And it really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. So go to that website, view what challenge, select the challenge you want to participate in. You can learn more about the challenge, the rules, the timeline, and all that. And then just click request your license. And you can complete the form to get free sponsorship for your 3D Experience platform. And a single student can sign up if you're competing by yourself, or you can also sign up a whole group of students for a team project. And again, that's our 3D Experience platform, absolutely free for the sponsorship. We also have sponsorship absolutely free for SOLIDWORKS Desktop. And for that, you can go to solidworks.com/edu_student_sponsorship. And that will direct you to a form to complete. Once you fill out that form, you'll receive an email with instructions on where to download. You'll have your serial number all ready to go, and boom, you're off to the races. So once again, that's 3D Experience sponsorship and SOLIDWORKS Desktop sponsorship, absolutely free. And there's our little friend, the handout icon. So we have a handout uploaded to the GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar window that talks about both desktop and 3D Experience sponsorship. And we're not going to give you this awesome technology and say, okay, hey, good luck, go for it. We have dedicated 3D Swim communities to help guide you through your experience. Now we have two main communities for you. One is we have a student community where students can post questions about how to use the software or anything like that. We have our 3D Experience platform experts standing by to answer your questions. And all of that happens in real time, as you saw there on that 3D Swim community video, where you can post your question and we'll reply back with the response. And you can also see other people's questions that they posted that might be able to help you out as well. We also have another community that's private. This is a private community just for educators, where educators can post their own questions, maybe about best practices with curriculum or how to use a specific tool. And educators can also share their own tips and tricks with other educators in this private community. So we have two communities. This is your go-to technical support. Post a question, get an answer that fast. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to Suzanne to talk about our SOLIDWORKS User Group Network.
Great, thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate that. Greetings, everyone. Thanks so much. I am really pleased to have the opportunity to talk to you about the SOLIDWORKS User Group Network, also known as SWGN. Just to touch quickly on our mission, basically, SWGN was created more than 20 years ago to empower people who use SOLIDWORKS products to collaborate with, learn from, and teach each other. Now, there's kind of two areas where you can get involved with SWGN, and the first one is to be a SWGN member, to join an actual existing group, and there are over 150 groups worldwide available today to join. When you join as a member, you can join us for a virtual or a face-to-face user group meeting. And the benefits that you're going to receive when you are a member is you're going to be able to learn more about SOLIDWORKS and all of our related products for free. This kind of extends the learning that Brian recently spoke about on My SOLIDWORKS. This is an awesome network to tap into to learn a lot more about all the different offerings that SOLIDWORKS has, including the new 3D Experience offerings as well. You'll hear technical presentations when you join the meetings. You'll get valuable SOLIDWORKS tips, tricks, and techniques. You'll be able to connect with other users that are passionate about SOLIDWORKS. We have spoken to many SOLIDWORKS SWGN members over the years, and this is one of the points that they find really valuable, the ability to really exchange with like-minded people related to their experience in using the SOLIDWORKS products. You can also network with your peers and companies looking for talent, right? Many of you today are in college. You will be joining the workforce in the near future, and this is a great network to tap into to help find a job. It's also a great way to enhance your resume. Putting the fact that you're a member or a user group leader, and we'll talk about that in a moment, on your resume is really a powerful point to note. it's almost at the same level as certification. So if you want to join a group or participate in an upcoming meeting, and today, most of our meetings are virtual today because of the current situation with COVID, but you do have the option, once COVID resides, to join a face-to-face meeting in your local area, or participate virtually. And we have so many different agenda topics to select from. But if you're interested in joining a group or participating in a meeting, you can just go to swgan.org, and the information will be there to help you do that. So the second piece of SWGN is really the value of being a SOLIDWORKS user group leader. So a member is a user who can attend our meetings, but then we have user group leaders who really are running their local meetings. And SWGN is run by SOLIDWORKS users for SOLIDWORKS users. So if you want to join us as a user group leader, you're going to be invited to exclusive meetings with SOLIDWORKS personnel and get the latest news. We do meet with our user group leaders every week. A couple of weeks ago, for example, we had John Paolo Bassi, our CEO, join our weekly call for an Ask Me Anything session. So it's a great way to get the latest news and connect with some key SOLIDWORKS personnel. You'll be able to get free admission to 3D Experience World, where you can connect with thousands of designers and engineers, entrepreneurs. Again, it's an awesome opportunity to network and get inspired by industry leaders and very talented and experienced SOLIDWORKS users. You're going to be able to position yourself as a leader in an awesome community. As I mentioned a moment ago, SWGN's been around for over 20 years. It's a very powerful network. It is recognized. It's something you can put on, LinkedIn and your other social media networks in addition to your resume. Again, another point that being a SOLIDWORKS user will certainly enhance your position as a very skilled and experienced SOLIDWORKS user when you're looking for that job once you get out of school. You'll also get access to what we call the SWGN Toolkit. We will give you a GoToMeeting license to conduct your virtual meetings. You'll have access to the SWGN headquarters, which is the single source of truth for our user group leaders. This is a community and dashboard. Brian talked a little bit about this earlier on the 3D Experience platform that's designated just to user group leaders. It's where they go to find information that's relevant to being a user group leader or the latest news about SOLIDWORKS, and also to leverage the community to exchange ideas and share amongst each other, as well as different individuals within the SOLIDWORKS brand. And you'll have a subscription to Meetup. We encourage all user group leaders to register their group on Meetup so that they can be found when people search for SWGN or learning SOLIDWORKS. It's a great tool to build your member base, get more members as part of your group, and to communicate with your members. Say you're running a meeting and you want to promote that meeting. Meetup is awesome to do that. And you'll also have free access to the SOLIDWORKS Student Standard Edition as part of being a user group leader. And lastly, when you do run those face-to-face meetings, SOLIDWORKS provides up to $400 financial support. We'll reimburse you for things like any facility costs. You might have to rent space or refreshments. A lot of our user group leaders run meetings in the evening. They serve pizza and soft drinks. It's a great opportunity to start your meeting and enhance the networking aspect and get to know your members better. So these are the benefits that our user group leaders have. And if you want to become a user group leader, we'd love to get an email from you. You'll see the email there at the bottom of the slide. It's user.groups@3ds.com.
So as we wrap up, please go ahead and find us on social media, connect with us. To learn more about the 3D Experience platform that we just mentioned, we have our own specific social media handle for that, and that's 3DX EDU across Twitter and Instagram, for example. We also have an education blog that comes out rather regularly, and that's blogs.solidworks.com/teacher. You can check us out on Facebook at SOLIDWORKS Education or on Twitter and Instagram at SOLIDWORKS EDU. And we're very active in social media, so sign up and receive, or so check us out on social media and you'll be able to receive all the latest information on webinars, product announcements, new features, tips and tricks, all of that. So if you've liked what you've heard today and you're thinking about buying it either for individual students or for our educators on the call for your classes. So if you're an individual student, you can go to solidworks.com/student store. There we have very simply the SOLIDWORKS Student Edition, which for a very limited time now comes included with the 3D Experience platform for at no cost for 1 year, and that's 3D Designer. Again, that's just for individual students. Now, if you are an educator for a class and you're interested in the platform, or even SOLIDWORKS Desktop for that matter, go ahead and contact your local SOLIDWORKS reseller and they'll be able to get you going right away.